your docents today. And we know you have lots of places and things you could do and choose, so we really are grateful that you're here. And we are very sincere. Yes, ma'am?
I'm not sure, did everybody give me one of these?
I got one from everybody.
So we only have 22. Oh,
Sorry, my bad, okay.
It's always
Oh, there you go. Some had a bloody brain
More
or
than me
something.
this time. I count those off.
Robert out there? Yeah, he's right there. Okay, cool.
Okay, good.
Four.
My apologies to the group that, I'm sorry that I didn't count. So again, welcome. My name is Kathleen. This is my husband Steve. We're going to do our very, very best to give you the best tour possible today. Any of you interested in the paranormal? Thank you for the brave souls that raise their hand, because sometimes, thank you. This is a historical tour, but out of respect for those that are interested in the paranormal, Steve and I will share with you some experiences that we've had and some of our colleagues have had. If I know you don't know me, but I'm here to tell you the place is haunted. It's honest, honestly. If any of you just saw Ghost Asylum, we just had a feature on Ghost Asylum. It was interesting. It was pretty accurate.
There's nothing like binge watching one of those weekends.
I know.
I get terrified. I'm sitting after an hour. I'm like, turn it off. No, turn it off. So are these ghosts good ghosts? They're not going to do anything?
They're not malevolent. No, they're not malevolent ghosts. They're spirits, and we call them spirits. You've got a smart ass behind you. So, okay. We will do our absolute best to answer any questions you have. Please ask questions, and again, we've done this many, many years, but usually we'll get one question that we've never had the answer to, but we'll do our best. So we're going to share with you a video and talk about some safety features, and please bear in mind the safety features are genuine. As you can tell, this is a work in progress, and if you don't listen to Steve and I, you have two guides today because Steve will be behind. I will be leading the tour, and he's going to be moving you along. You're welcome to take all the pictures. Please take all the pictures, just no tripods, because we have to wait for you. And so you're a lovely group of people, and I say that very sincerely, but if you don't listen to me and you don't listen to the video and you choose to go and you get hurt, I'm not coming to get you. I'm going to go home tonight. I will call 911 on your behalf, and your friends and I will continue the tour and wait for the fire department to come and get you.
Can I have your car?
So, I'm going to have Steve start the video. And again, a lot of this is real common sense. There's no smoking, there's no open flames of any kind, and you'll see as you go through. Any repeat guests that we've had? Wonderful, thank you. So those of you that have been here before, hopefully you'll see some progress that we've been making. And we're very excited about the progress. Every donation we get goes right back into the castle here. So with that, we're going to start our video.
The Preston CASTLE Foundation welcomes you to Preston CASTLE. Preston CASTLE is California State Historic Landmark number 867 and is on the National Register of Historic Places. The castle is the most significant example of Romanesque revival architecture in the Motherlode and a major landmark for Ione as well as Amador County. The purpose of the castle was to house the Preston School of Industry and the progressive action towards rehabilitating youthful offenders. Historically, boys as young as 12 convicted of a crime were sent to San Quentin or Folsom Prison to serve their sentences. In the late 1880s, the state of California decided they needed to change this practice, and Senator Evan Preston introduced Senate Bill 402, establishing a state reform school. The school was supposed to be located next to the state prison in Folsom, but Senator Anthony Tonernetti of Jackson convinced the legislature that located in rural Amador County would help keep it from being considered a prison. They suggested calling it the Preston School of Industry. The bill, along with an allocation of $160,000 for the project, was signed into law on March 11, 1889. That summer, Robert Devlin, the State Board of Prison Directors president, and two legislators headed cross-country to visit institutions already established to rehabilitate young offenders. On their way back, they stopped to look at the new facility in Red Wing, Minnesota. This institution met most of their criteria, so they returned home with pen and ink drawings. The primary architect, Henry A. Schultz of the architecture firm Schultz and Meeker in San Francisco, created the plans for the building we see today, incorporating elements from those original drawings. 230 acres of land were purchased in 1890 from the Ione Coal and Iron Company for $30 per acre, and another 100 acres were donated. Henry Schultz completed the plans in the summer of 1890, and construction started in October. On December 23rd, the cornerstone was laid with 2,500 people in attendance. Bricks for the building were made at San Quentin and Folsom, then delivered by railroad with 6,000 bricks in each car. The sandstone used was quarried locally. The granite came from Folsom. After a year and a half, the project ran out of money, and construction stopped until more funds were allocated. In 1893, the legislature voted an additional $145,000 to complete the building and purchase furniture, machinery, and supplies. The building was accepted from Henry A. Schultz on June 15, 1894, and officially opened on July 1st, although the first 7 wards, ages 15 to 17, had already arrived from San Quentin on June 13th. By early 1895, the school had 170 wards. The Preston School of Industry operated with 3 departments: academic, military, and industrial. Each boy was in school for half the day, either morning or afternoon, and then worked the rest of the day learning a trade meant to support him once he was released. The school was run in a military style, with boys wearing uniforms and trained to follow orders and respect their superiors. They constantly marched in formation by companies and carried wooden rifles. In 1910, they replaced the wooden rifles with actual rifles with the firing pins removed. The school was largely self-sufficient. The boys made their clothes and shoes on site. Along with paid staff, the boys prepared and served meals to personnel on fellow wards. They cleaned and maintained the buildings and constructed others as the school grew. In 1897, a large deposit of red clay was discovered on the grounds, so brickmaking was added as one of the trades taught to the wards. By 1917, the trades offered included baker, printer, barber, plumber, blacksmith, butcher, farmer, mason, painter, carpenter, and several others. During its history, the Preston School of Industry consisted of many buildings, including the main administration structure which you are now in. There were 3 honor cottages, an east cottage with dormitories and tailor shop, a separate cottage for younger boys, a detention building, the refectory which included the commissary, bakery, kitchens, and dining rooms for boys and staff. There was a hydroelectric building, brick making plant, carpenter and plumbing shops, the trades building, a blacksmith shop, and farm buildings including a hay barn, dairy barn, and milk house, a slaughterhouse, and pigsties, and chicken coops. According to a 1940 state report, the Preston School of Industry employed 193 full-time and 4 part-time employees and covered approximately 1,000 acres, 750 of which were cultivated or were pasture, much of what is now Castle Oaks Golf Course. And there were 50 acres occupied by buildings. Besides the administration building, now known as the Castle, the other main structures still standing are the old firehouse, the Colonial Building, and the Visitor Center. The Visitor Center was dedicated in July 1908 as the Assembly Hall. It served as a meeting hall, chapel, theater, dining room, and gymnasium. The Colonial was dedicated in August 1913 as Honor Cottage 1. For the most part, the boys were housed in self-contained cottages, giving them a sense of home and belonging. Each cottage was linked to a trade, so, for example, those doing farming lived in a cottage near the farm. It wasn't until 1945 that Preston School of Industry became accredited and could issue high school diplomas. The following year, the main part of the school was fenced in, although that didn't deter escapes as had been hoped. Also that year, the silence rule at meals and leisure times in the companies was relaxed. The Preston Youth Authority administration was in operation at the castle until 1960, when the last 2 remaining departments moved out and its doors officially closed for the last time. Boys had not lived in the castle since 1955.